How's it going? It's your bro, Steeltown Fro here, and we are back to Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition. I'm actually joined for episode 2 with a good friend of mine by the name of Riley. Hey, Riley.
Hey, I don't know anything about Darksiders at all, but this is gonna be interesting.
Well, let's hope you have as much fun watching as everybody else does, um, because it's definitely going to be more fun than I think I will have playing, though I don't think I'm on a hard difficulty right now.
So, just try to catch me up. Where are we so far? What's
Uh,
going on?
yeah, so pretty much what happened is, Death has started on this quest, right? Um, Darksiders 2 takes place before the events of Darksiders 1. And in the first Darksiders, Death's brother, War, uh, one of the other four horsemen of the apocalypse, has been accused of, like, dooming humanity. And so in this game, Death is trying to find the Tree of Life in order to revive humanity so that his brother doesn't, like, face punishment, essentially, via the Charred Council. The Charred Council is essentially like they're the big baddie boys of this game. Well, like, they're not the bad guys, but like they're the guys who rule over the Four Horsemen. And the only way the Four Horsemen ever do anything is if the Charred Council tells them to. So, War accidentally, well, as far as the Charred Council is concerned, War starting the war which ended up dooming humanity is, like, not a good thing.
War starts the war.
Yeah. But the funniest thing is War didn't actually do it, at least according to War's account. I think in the first game you do actually end up finding out who does it. But in this game, we're playing as Death, and Death's goal is to find the Tree of Life to revive humanity and redeem War.
Okay, that was interesting. You fell into that pit, and I thought you were gonna die, but you actually came back. What was that ability about?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know how, like, in some games you don't, like, technically die when you fall into holes, you just lose a bit of health and respawn at the top?
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much what that is. They just show it in a way that, like, seems natural, just given the fact that we're talking about the Four Horsemen here. They're obviously not necessarily gonna die as easily as just, like, falling in a pit of lava, because they've been given, like, a special power.
Yeah, he's deaf. He's not gonna just die from a lava pit. This kind of reminds me of Vex for the PS2. I don't know why.
Oh, I remember that game. I used to... That was released for the Xbox as well, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. It's, funny thing about that, actually, I played that game, and I liked that game so much when I originally played it, even though I was really bad at it, that it kind of unknowingly became the inspiration for, like, 80% of every story idea I'd have at all for, like, the next, like, 5 or so years of my life.
That's weird. I when I was younger, I used to tag the word Vex onto things simply because I thought the word looked cool, and I was introduced to the word by that game. I just had one day. I don't even remember how I got it. I just one day had it in my collection, I guess. Oh,
Eh.
that's cool.
Oh, yeah. It's the best freaking feeling is when you beat a boss in this game. Because Death goes into, like, his Reaper form, which you can, like, access otherwise after you get to a certain point in the game. but it's just great seeing it at the end of the boss fight. Like, you just go Reaper mode and you, like, freaking slice their head off or something.
So it's like a rage mode or something that like enables insta kills.
Like, not insta
Okay,
kills, not like,
more
like,
damage maybe.
yeah, you get better damage. Like, you do a lot more damage. It's just like a little, it's also just like a little flare that they show at the end of battles where they just automatically go into like their most powerful mode to finish off the opponent. Like, you do still have
Oh,
to like decrease the health bar, but it's like a little cinematic thing at the end.
a show of force.
Yes. There we go. The one thing that I kind of like that they implemented in this game, because I played through the first one, uh, and in the first Darksiders, you know, playing as War and all that, you only really have access to like his weapon, and then like whatever, like you come across I think like two or three other weapons in the game. Um, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not sure if you noticed, but like in this game, there's like a gear system. Like, it's a bit more RPG-esque, where like you find gear with like better stats.
Yeah, when
Whereas,
when you open that, I wasn't anticipating that at all.
yeah,
Um, I kind of just looked at all the different stuff you have right here in secondaries, and I was like, okay, that's actually kind of I didn't know what to expect from this game, but I expected something more linear, I suppose. Like you get these weapons, use them like this, maybe get them upgraded. That's it.
yeah, and that's a lot how the first Darksiders is like you get like all of like three weapons, and it's like, okay, here's how you use them. You know, you run around and you collect some like weird souls and artifacts and shit, and maybe you can upgrade them a couple times. Like, if you're a real like try hard, you can get those kinds of things fully upgraded, but like that's kind of the end of it. But like
Hmm.
here, there's like a whole thing, like you can have gloves and boots and like talismans and like all this other shit that you can equip onto Death that makes him stronger. So that it's like partially about gaining levels, but it's also about like making sure you have the best gear equipped. War. What is he good for? Absolutely everything except this freaking game. To be fair, I've played this game before, but I have not finished it. Like, this is gonna be my technically like second attempt at finishing it, and it's only because I can play it on PC now. Like, before, that wasn't really like, I have it on PS3.
Hmm.
But the thing with having things on one console, you know, and then getting the better version of that console, is that you lose most of your real motivation to like ever pick up that one console again.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can relate to that right now. So, you know Ollie Ollie? We like to play it on a Switch every once in a while. It's the skateboard game or whatever.
Okay,
Side
yeah.
scroller. Um, well, I was thinking about getting it on PC because like a higher frame rate, that game it really is dependent on reactions, right? So, yeah, I was gonna get it, but then at the same time, it's like I barely ever use my Switch. And like in party scenarios, I play Smash and that on the Switch.
Yeah.
That's really all I have. I picked up Minecraft, but we never played on there. You know what I missed?
What?
When games were made like this, they just didn't give a fuck. They would just make the game, tell the story they wanted, and that was that. Like now, everything has to be realistic in some aspect, or like the graphics have to be ultra realistic. They can't be cartoony or anything. Well, sometimes cartoonish graphics, kind of like this, lend to storytelling better than realistic ones do.
Oh yeah.
Like I understand that we have the capability to make like it more realistic, and that's kind of like become, you know how different people around the world have a different sense of taste because that's what they're used to. Well, another sense of taste is ultra realism, you can still kind of have that photorealism in a cartoony game. Like, see that wood texture right there? You could just get pictures of real wood and kind of like make it a bit cartoony and, you know. You know where I'm going with that?
Yeah, no, I got you. Like, there's ways to make things seem more realistic without detracting so much from, like, the ideal aesthetic of the game.
Like, there's no more, like, I don't see any new, like aside from, like, Ukulele doing their, kind of like, I don't know what the word is, but, like, would it be homage to games like Ratchet and Clank, like Collectathons and such? Like, older games like that? Jack and Daxter.
Yeah,
Like the platforming, 3D platforming, like this. You just don't see this anymore, really, for the most part.
the desires of the populace have changed.
Hmm.
Like, people don't desire this kind of gaming anymore, because this is as much puzzle game as it is fighting game, you know?
You're right, you're right. But at the same time, people love the new Breath of the Wild. Now the question is, do they like it because it's Zelda, or do they like it because of the gameplay? Personally, I wasn't. People are gonna be like, "Oh no, he never really played Zelda." Well, that's the truth. I never really played Zelda, but the latest one is fucking. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Like it brings all kinds of cool stuff. Like there's the platforming, there's puzzle solving. Like the whole world is a puzzle combat and all.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh. I am not okay. I am not okay. You see how that guy just took out like a freaking quarter of my health in one hit? I don't know what difficulty I'm playing this on, but I think I need to go lower it.
No, persist, persist.
I'm gonna be using these freaking wrath abilities. Oh, he's down. He's good. Okay.
Just learn his
Ooh.
timing. Dark Souls him.
I'm not okay.
I mean, people say that like it's a Dark Souls thing, and I know I just did say that, but like really, that's just like a classic gaming thing. Like it goes back to like Mega Man, and probably before that,
Oh
or
yeah.
like the timing patterns and everything. But I guess Dark Souls made it really important because you had to be on point. There was no room for slack. Ah, see, you got him. Goes into another stage, starts wrecking Chop.
Oh frick. Oh frick. See, so you get like a little shadow of his Reaper form there when you do that one combo. Oh. Oh, see.
Alright, alright. This reminds me of Force Unleashed.
Just a little flex at the end.
Yep.
Once belonged to the human war known as Draven. During countless battles, or duels, the weapon absorbed Draven's own rage and thirst for revenge against those who wronged him. The Dark Avenger is infamous for possessing a furious lust for blood and carnage. Sick. Do I get Reaper mode now? Is that why you gave this to me? Game gives you item, doesn't explain why it gave you the item. Okay, thanks.
It's just for lore. It doesn't do anything. Congrats. It's a collectible. You've been fooled.
Fuck. There were a couple
What's that
items
purple
like that.
thing?
Oh yeah, that's my bird. Dust. The purple circle
okay.
on the mini-map and the purple aura around him, I think, is just to make him more easily spottable. Because in case you're lost, he shall show you the way. Actually, is Dust male? I don't know for sure. Dust is a crow, so I don't think anybody cares. But I do.
I mean, if there's other crows in the game.
There
And
was
you
at
know-
the beginning.
They're okay, and if they're all different sizes, assuming they didn't use the same size model and just called it a day, and like at least resize it or something. I think crows are sexually dimorphic in the way that they are different sizes.
Oh, that's
So you could gender your crow like that, perhaps.
sick. Let's hope I run into more crows, because the crows at the beginning of the game were either all the same size or moving too fast for me to notice. Because the guy who, like, sent me here after I killed him, the Crow Father,
The crow father.
literally his name.
That's the thing you're inhabiting right now, or?
No, that was what that Crow Father guy who I killed, like, he turned into war.
Oh.
But,
I
like,
don't know why I
visual-
thought you were the crow father. I was like, what? This is
Oh,
confusing.
yo. If I was the Crow Father, this game would be over already. One of the big things with the Crow Father is he's like the keeper of secrets. So if you need to know something really freaking bad and it's a secret, chances are the Crow Father knows about it. It's like basically how that goes. And then you see this like you see this like green mark on my chest here?
Yeah. I was wondering what that was about.
Yeah. So there's like this crystal that the Crow Father has at the beginning of the game. And it holds the souls of the Nephilim. Now the Crow Father, the Crow Father wanted the crystal because he wanted to like know the secrets within. But at the beginning of the game, Crow Father's like, "Yo, take this back."
Dish you wanted. You're a good man.
And
Much more so than your name would imply. I'm in your debt.
and Death's all like, "No, don't freaking no, stop, keep that. You said you would." So then you end up fighting the Crow Father. When you kill him, he's all like, "Yo, or Death's like, your secrets die with you." And Crow Father's like, "My secrets, but not yours." And then the crystal breaks, and I guess through like the remaining strength that the Crow Father has, he thrusts the shards of the crystal into Death. So like that's the shards of the crystal that contains the soul of his fellow currently deceased Nephilim.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of backstory for one scar.
Yeah. I mean, I probably didn't even need to say that much, but like it's just one of those things that I really felt like explaining, you know?
That blacksmith is buff.
Oh yeah.
Wait, a gun? Wait a minute, what's going on here?
A powerful pistol belonging to Death's brother, Strife. Okay, yeah.
It belongs to my brother's.
How came it here?
I cannot say, but there are other goods you may barter for now as well. Restore the tears, then return to me.
Interesting. I'm gonna buy some weapons and armor, except I have not enough money to do so. But I can sell some stuff, actually.
Dude, that blacksmith was freaking buff.
Oh, yeah. For real.
When do they feed him?
I mean, these are like... That's the thing, too, is, like, these are the makers. All of the men are actually that unnaturally buff. NGL. The women are a bit more on the leaner side, but the idea is like these are the blacksmiths.
So, like, what do you do if there's no tree of life when you get there?
See, I haven't gotten that far in the game yet, so I don't know.
What you gonna do then, huh? What you gonna do without your precious tree of life, huh?
I reckon there's gonna be a tree of life somewhere else.
Through all this to get to the tree of life, it's not there. Tree of life in a different temple.
Your princess isn't in this castle.
Yep.
Oh, here comes my favorite part. And despair. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm eventually gonna have to beat that big ass eye thing. And I'm not looking forward to that boss battle because I've done it already and it sucks ass. Oh yeah, despair can sprint. Oh yo, what's good, dude?
The corruption, but no good came of it.
Tried to seal the corruption, but no good came of it.
If you're really going, don't let me stop you. Exploring's a wondrous thing. You
Give me
never
some
know
help,
what you
my
might
guy.
find. For instance, should a bit of armor turn up, it's likely some I misplaced some years back. If you can find it, I'll be in your debt.
The guy keeps asking to do quests for him. I don't want to. I feel like, oh yes, aim mode. Easy sauce.
I'll rest a bit.
In a world where everyone's using what appears to be melee weapons, why don't you just always shoot them?
They're kind of like auxiliary support. Also, aim mode's a fucking bitch. That's the real reason I ain't be using these. Like there's some that, oh my gosh.
It's like you could use it to. Do you do bonus damage with combos or no?
You know, I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure, but it definitely makes it a lot easier to deal with guys when you can get up a good combo. I'm under the belief that it does bonus damage, because I find if I can only hit a bunch of like consecutive one hits, I kill them a lot slower. But I think that's also because I spend a lot more time trying to not get killed by them in between a single hit. Like these prowler fuckers, like these stinger guys there, they only take 2 shots, so it's not that bad, but these prowlers take so many shots that I'm kind of just better off. Kind of just better off doing that. There we go. My favorite thing is just jumping down from a high ledge and being able to hop right onto despair. Why are you in the air? You piss me off.
Oh, hello, Fleshling.
Oh, who's
I already
this
love
guy?
him.
I was going to ask who you are, or rather what. My name is Blackroot.
Okay.
I am hungry.
He's hungry. Get him something to eat. A man's hungry.
Only the finest stone.
Now here's the great thing about this. It's like semi-open world. So I can kind of just like run around and, you know, find chests without actually doing the quest. Oh, you are the guy I don't like. Ha ha ha. Second death.
Oh hell yeah! Get him.
Yeah. Got him. See, here's the thing. I don't even know what stones I'm supposed to be looking for with this damn lore stone. But it's fine, because that's not actually why I want to be here. I'm here for the chests. I guess.
Maybe you figured something out. Ooh, okay, see that little bit of ledge right there? Yeah. No, don't walk off of it. Climb up, and then let yourself fall on that little bit of ledge, and then try to go back up.
Oh shit. LOL. There's no way anybody would. That's messed, man. I would not have thought to do that in a million years.
This isn't working.
What do you mean this isn't? What am I supposed to do? There's literally invisible opponents. Like, do you see that?
Yeah, I see them. They're like little silhouettes. It's like the cell shading around them, or whatever that might be. Or they're shading, or whatever. I don't know.
That's so weird.
I'm not completely proficient with all the terms.
Frick, I think I'm just gonna carry on with the game. I probably should, to be honest.
Nice. Discovered a skip. Now you can put that in the thumbnail and get a little
Place for a horse.
what'd you call it?
Get some clickbait going.
Yeah. The cursed clickbait. Cursed practice.
See, here's the thing. Because I know... Okay, yeah, so going that way yields no benefit to me, but experience, though.
Here's the thing. People might know of that as a skip, but it's not useful for a run.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Because you still need other stuff, right? I'm guessing there'd be so many other jumps that you just couldn't do after that one, right?
Frick!
Hey, it's another one of those guys. They're your favorite.
I know, right? I'm actually kind of glad that he didn't notice me before I dealt with the two prowlers, because that was kind of the plan.
Me just noticing now that his armor is kind of like supposed to be like armadillo scales. Nice.
Thank you. Goodness.
Monster's still a little bit confident.
I know, right?
Nah, I'm just gonna dash right through you. Dash your dreams.
And I can finally use that now, which is really gonna help. I'm doing like nearly double the damage I was outputting up until now. So that's great. We're gonna make this okay. The only stupid thing about this whole frickin' scenario is that this game keeps showing me Xbox controls when Steam fully recognizes that I'm using a PlayStation controller.
I can tell you what's going on right now.
Yeah?
It's emulating an Xbox controller for the game. And if the game does have PlayStation support, you have to go into Steam and turn off the Xbox emulation. Steam doesn't recognize that per game, which I find kind of annoying personally.
Yeah, that sounds real dumb.
But again, I guess it would have to be something they would have to integrate and then be like, hey developers, please integrate this into your thing, and then some developers might not do it, so they're just looking at that like, it won't catch on, no point doing it. But they're
Yeah.
wrong, it could. Vine time? Okay, I thought you were gonna climb vines. I was like, oh,
Right.
how cliche.
Oh no, shit. I was gonna try and use that increased elevation.
Yeah, we.
Me just trying to apply the hack everywhere. Doesn't work anywhere else. Okay. I see you, game. Oh, I found another one of those guy dude things. I don't even know what it is. $20 says it's not even gonna be useful to me. For like at least oh my god. But like those are more so like mini bosses. The next big boss I gotta deal with is gonna be that guy, that eye guy in the fields there.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is its whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It could have its own segment.
Alright. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, so we're gonna end the video here. For now, we've got to the place where I'm supposed to unlock the tiers of the mountain fountain or whatever the heck. So that's going to be next episode, but until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to give that like button a Hammertown high five, and share that to all of your friends if you want, and subscribe if you really want. Riley, thank you for joining me on this episode.
You're welcome. It was fun learning about Darkside and the in-depth lore of literally everything. I underestimated this game. It's really good.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and maybe we'll see you on the next episode as well.
Hopefully.
Good stuff. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed once again. Have a great night. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.